Everyone, so this is the bell ringer for your last day of cycle 2. So this is November 6, 2020. If it's not that day, well, you're probably on the wrong bell ringer. But here we go. First question here today is going to be a multiplication problem. Remember, when you're doing multi-digit multiplication, you're going to start with your ones. You're going to multiply throughout, then worry about your tens and multiply throughout. Remember the trick. When you are pulling tens, you got to drop that 0 down. So go ahead and try this problem out, and we'll check it here again in just a moment. All right, so let's get going. Let's start with the 1 spot. We've got 5 times 2, and that will give us 10. Put a 0 down, carry our 1 up. 5 times 7 is 35, plus 1 would give us 36. So 6 will carry our 3. 5 times 3 is 15, plus 3 is 18. 8, and we'll carry our 1 over. 5 times 6 is 30, plus 1 is 31. So we got 31,860 for that one. And now we need to go on through and do our second set of digits here. Now I'm going to get rid of the 5 because I've already dealt with them. Now I'm into my 10 spot. And remember, in order to deal with our 10s, just like we did with our 1, we will need to drop a 0. It's that kind of that powers of 10 trick. Now I can just multiply straight throughout. So 7 times 4 is 14. Sorry, 7 times 2 is 14. Carry the 1 up. 7 times 7 is 49, plus 1 is 50. So a 0 there, and we'll carry our 5. 7 times 3 is 21, plus 5 makes 26. Carry our 2 over into the next one, and 7 times 6 is 42, plus 2 more gives us 44. All right, then we get to add these guys up. All right, so 0 plus 0 will give us 0. 6 plus 4 will give us 10. Carry our 1 up. 8 plus nothing is 9. 1 plus nothing is, 1 plus 6 is 7. 4 plus 3 is 7. And our 4 lives there by itself. So we get 477,900. If you have any questions on that and how the steps to do those types of problems, please give me a call during office hours and we'll get that worked out with you. But that's one we need to have under our belt. All right. Got to go ahead and erase that. And we'll move on to our next problem here. All right, question 2. It says a strip of paper is 9/10 of an inch long. You need to cut the paper into 3 3/12 inch pieces. How many pieces will you be able to cut? So ladies and gents, this is an of. So I'm breaking my strip of paper, which is 9/10 of an inch long. That's what I'm starting with. Or my dividend, and I'm dividing it into my divisor, dividing it into pieces that are 3/12 of an inch long. So this is going to be a division problem. I've got 9/10 divided by 3/12. If I do this, I'm going to need to use multiplication because we can't really divide fractions. So I'm going to take my first number, keep it the same. I'm going to change multiplication or division sign to a multiplication sign, and then flip the second fraction. So it will be 12 over 3. And if I do this, well, I can do lots of different things here. But what I'm going to do first, I'm actually going to simplify so I don't have to deal with such big numbers at the end. I'm going to make that a 3 and make this a 1. And then I can actually take these guys and I can simplify them as well. 6 and 5. And this way we get 18 times 6 is 18. 5 times 1 is 5. 18 over 5, or 3, because 18 divided by 5 would be close to 15. So that would be my 3, and then I would have 3/5 left over. So I'll be able to make 3 3/5 pieces. There you go. Any questions on that? Make sure you let me know. Let's move on to the next one. All right, our next one, find the quotient. We got division going on here. So remember, when we do this, we're just going to think of this as larger chunks. So go ahead and try this one out on your own, and then we will test it here together in just a moment. Go ahead and type in your answer. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So for this one, you've got 17 and 6,613. Don't know factors of either of those things, but I do know that if I round this up, it would be close to 20. I can think that that is 2 if I think of this as close to between 6 and 7. Now I know 2 could go at least 3 times into 7, maybe 4 times here because this is a little bit lower, but so is this. So let's try 3 and see what happens here. So I've got 3 times 7, which is 21. I'll carry my 2. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 2 more makes 5. 51. Subtract that out, I get 15, which is less than my 17. So I know that that was the right choice, and we'll go on and try it with the next digit here. Let's see if we can work this out. All right, we're going to drop our 1 down from here. So I have 151. 151, 17, let's see. I'm going to say at least 7, if not 8 times. Let's try 7 times. 7 times 7 is 49. Carry our 4 up. Oh, it's going to be too small. Happen to know because my next digit's only going to be a 1. And that means I'm going to have 40 some left over, which is way too small. So I'll need to move on to a new digit. Let's try, let's see, this is close to 15, and that's close to that. Let's try 8 times. Let's see what happens. So 7 times 8 will be 56. Carry my 5 up. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 5 would be 13. Let's see how we did here. We may need even to go 1 higher, but we'll check it out. I'm going to steal from here. Make that a 4. So now 11 minus 6 is 5. And 4 minus 3 is 1. So I got 15 again, because 1 minus 1 is nothing. There we go. That is less than our 17. That means we can move on to the next digit. We need to drop our 3 down. All right, so now we have 153. We're going to take that and figure out how many times this can go in. Now, the last one was 136. Let's try one more time. Let's try 9 times this time. 9 times 7 would be 63. Hey, there's a good sign. Carry our 6 up. 9 times 1 is 9, plus 6 would give us 15. Hey, there we go. No remainder. So our answer would be 389. There you go. Good job if you got that one. If not, make sure that you're following the steps all the way down, keeping things lined up so that you know where you're going with each step. All right, moving on to question number 4. It says list the multiples of each integer until you find the first match. So what's the least common multiple of 3 and 4? So we're going to start listing our multiples out. So our multiples of 3, we'll do our 3's up here and we'll do our 4's down here. So 3 times 1 is 3. 4 times 1 is 4. Nothing in common yet. So 3 times 2 is 6. 4 times 2 is 8. Nothing. Let's try the next one. 3 times 3 is 9. 4 times 3 is 12. So nothing in common as of yet. 3 times 4 is 12. 4 times 4 is 16. But look what happened here. I got a common multiple. So there we go. There's our first match. Our least common multiple is 12. There you go. Not too shabby. Let's move on with our last question for today. All right. Here we go. Question number 5. Find the quotient. pretty straightforward division of fractions problem. Remember, you're going to keep change flip just like we did earlier with the first problem. So we're going to keep our first one. We're going to change this. We'll flip this one. Go ahead and give me your answer, and we'll check it together. All right. Now that you've had a chance to work on it, so we've got 4/5. We're going to keep him the same. And change the multiplication and flip 3/7 to 7/3. Now we can multiply straight across. 7 times 4 is 28, and 5 times 3 is 15. Now I can subtract out 1/15 from 28. That would give me, I believe, no, Mr. Lambert, that won't work. Let's see. 15 away from 28 would give me 13 left over. So I get 1 and 13/15. And now that's about as far as I can go as simplifying it, because 13 is a prime number. That means the only factors that make it up are 1 and 13. So I got 1 and 13/15. That would be my answer for your last one here. All right, guys and gals, that's it for your bell ringer for today. You've got some review questions underneath, so make sure you try those before you attempt the assessment today. You've got 2 assessments to do, one for 8-step and then one for just for class, just to see what you remember from this unit going forward. So good luck on those, and then when you're done, you've got a little bit of time with code.org today, so enjoy that. And we'll see you on Monday. Thanks.